Coming up on today's show, the Magic 8 Ball returns. Let's ask it some questions. What's good, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the What's Good Games podcast, your source for video game news, commentary, analysis, and funny stuff every Friday. I am one of your hosts, Andrea Renee, joined by Mrs. Rihanna Manuel Pena.
I'm back. Yay.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And Mrs. Brittany Brombacher is here.
It's the week of Summer Game Fest, and I'm already so tired. How is this possible?
It's just life, baby girl, as you like to say. It's just life. And yes, the week of Summer Game Fest is here. We can officially talk about Summer Game Fest Playdays now, which is happening this weekend. Also, the Xbox Showcase and Starfield Direct, the Ubisoft Forward, and now Capcom Showcase. It's basically E3. What are we calling this? Are we calling it not E3? We just calling it Summer Game Fest? Is that like what we're calling it now? Everyone's part of Summer Game Fest?
I saw one today. It was the Jeff Fest or the
Jeff Fest.
This doesn't quite have a ring to it.
Summer Jeff Fest. Is that what someone called it in an email? And I was like, okay. I mean, that's the new one. I hadn't seen Summer Jeff Fest. That is what it was. I've been calling it the Key Threes.
Yeah,
Key
I saw someone call it G3, which I kind of like.
Good.
We could just go games.
Games.
Right?
Yeah.
G3.
That works.
Has a nice ring to it. I don't know. Anyway, what we do know is that we are going to be taking your questions and also asking our own of the Magic 8 Ball in our annual predictions episode. We love doing this episode every year, and we're excited to talk about what we think is going to happen. And if you're listening to this episode Thursday morning, surprise, we decided to release the episode a day early for the first time in What's Good Games history because we wanted to get our predictions out in front of the live show that Summer Game Fest Live is doing this Thursday. And the only way to do that is to upload the show early. So
it makes more sense this way. It makes a lot more sense to do it this way because otherwise, everyone just got to figure out how wrong we were the next day.
Yeah. Exactly. And we don't want to waste your time like that. We want to give you the hot, juicy, gossipy scoops that we don't actually have right now. So I do want to give a shout out to our fantastic Diablo episode that we had last week. Hopefully y'all are having a great time in Sanctuary. It was so lovely to have Ash and Rod on the show. And I've just been obsessed with that game. But we're not going to talk about Diablo. We're going to talk about that when we get back. Thank you to this month's Patreon producers, Chewy's Godson, Faris Attieh, Justin Foshee, and Punkdefied. And welcome to our Patreon community, Kenneth Hamilton, Prime Marvel, and Hayden Pike. You can support What's Good Games at patreon.com/whatsgoodgames, where you can get the show ad-free. Speaking of ads, this week's episode is brought to you by ExpressVPN, Honey, and Factor, but we'll talk about them later because, Brittany, we've got some new podcast reviewers.
We do. We have 4077 and then Pug Slider Gross, who left a little fun comment and said, bring Steimer back for a guest appearance or I'll lead a one-person riot through my living room prior to backflipping off the earth. Please and thank you. I mean, I would love to try to backflip off the earth. Do you ever envision what that would look like if you backflipped off the earth? Like, would it just be like a continuous backflip? Or is it like just one really long, slow backflip?
See, that's the way that I envisioned it. That like you do one big back bend and then you just go into the atmosphere and then you release from gravity. And then once you're in space, you start doing the slow somersault over and over again until you freeze to death.
Got it. Ree, what do you think?
I always imagine it sort of like the Tears of the Kingdom dive, just like nice and graceful, and then there's just nothing.
Oh, fair. Well, wow, that got dark real div. Also, thank you, Mind of Matt, for your 5-star podcast review. We appreciate it. It helps us so much because, again, we get those ass hats every once in a while. He leaves us a 1-star review, and then all of you come and counter that, and it makes a huge difference, and it means a lot to us. So thank you, kind folks.
Yes, we appreciate the positivity. All right, listen, we've got a doozy of an episode, so let's just go ahead and get started, shall we? We are going to do this in chronological order, meaning we're going to start with the Summer Game Fest live stream and our predictions and 8-ball questions, and then we're going to the Xbox Showcase, the Starfield Direct, and then we're going to the Ubisoft Forward and Capcom Showcase.
Yeah.
That's that.
Wow.
There is another showcase in there.
We do. I do want to mention there's also the Day of the Devs stream. There's also Devolver's stream. There's also a couple other indie showcases that are happening. Right. And then there's another one.
There's a
I think there's
Trey.
a cozy game one.
I have a
There's a
schedule
PC
here. Yeah.
gaming. There's a PC gaming show on Sunday as well.
Wholesome Direct, indeed.
Wholesome
Tribeca
Direct.
Game Spotlight. You know a little bit about that Tribeca Game Spotlight showcase, Ree, don't you?
I'm just going
I
to
do.
go out on a limb and say that asking the 8-ball questions about the indie game scene feels
Right.
wildly difficult to do, knowing how unpredictable that scene is.
Exactly. But just a disclaimer, we're not going to cover every single show, just
Yes.
the ones that we think we can guess stuff about.
We're going for the big moments here.
Ooh,
Listen,
yeah.
the 8-ball comes out but once a year. All right? We can't ask the 8-ball literally every question about every announcement, or we'd never leave this show. We would just be in the show from now until the end of the time.
It would spiral out of control so quickly.
Precisely. Okay, so Brittany, you wrote in the show notes, I have extensive notes.
I do. I went a little crazy. I have 6 pages of notes. Don't worry, I'm not going to go through all of them. But it was really fun because I went through our Magic 8 Ball predictions from last year. And most of the titles still apply to this year. So that was kind of a fun
Nice.
little revelation. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, like we know a few games that are going to be there, right? We know Mortal Kombat's going to be there, Alan Wake 2, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. So I think, we should make some predictions about these ones. And Andrew, I'm going to start with you with Mortal Kombat because this is like a whole new Mortal Kombat universe. And I don't know shit about Mortal Kombat, but you do. So I think if there's someone here that can make the 8-ball work for its money, if you will, what would you ask it about Mortal Kombat?
So this is a really difficult / intriguing one because, as you mentioned, we know that Ed Boon is going to be on stage. Jeff Keighley has mentioned as such, but he recently tweeted, Ed Boon about to blow the roof off the YouTube theater on Thursday. Now, I don't know what the heck that means because we already have a preliminary gameplay trailer, right? We have a list of roster characters that are going to start the game. We know the game is coming out in September. And so I'm like, about to blow the roof off. What could he possibly be doing on stage or announcing on stage that's going to blow the roof off the YouTube theater? Because Jeff has been known to indulge in hyperbole from time to time, but typically speaking, he doesn't mince words. Like he doesn't like overblow like some, pretty ho-hum announcements, right? So I'm like, the wheels in my brain are spinning, trying to figure out what this could possibly be. And my brain goes 2 ways. The first way is the wild. Does Ed Boon drop like a playable demo day of the live stream? So Thursday.
Wow. Yeah, that would be pretty roof blowing.
It'd be very awesome, especially considering the game isn't out for like another 3 or 4 months. But I'm like, Or does he do something even wilder and say, here's a new trailer for another game we have coming?
Oh.
And like shows the next thing that NetherRealm was working on. Is it the next Injustice game? Like, does he just be like, you thought you were only getting Mortal Kombat 1? Surprise!
Ah.
Or could it be movie related? We got a sequel?
Oh.
Ooh, that could be very dope too. But I don't know
Yeah.
why Ed Boon would be the one to do that movie announcement.
Yeah.
Normally somebody from the studio wants to be the one who does that, or like an actor.
Yeah.
But
It's a live fatality on stage.
Oh God, no. No.
Just chop someone in half. In the middle of the YouTube
This is how we got the blood physics. Oh God. No. The question now, Mortal Kombat, do they have like a Street Fighter type single player game built into those?
Yes.
Usually?
yes.
Like when you make your own avatar and you go through?
No, you don't make your own
Okay.
avatar. The way that the campaign works in Mortal Kombat is that you take on the role of different fighters in the Mortal Kombat universe as you play through the story. And I really love that because it allows you to practice a bunch of different fighters before you jump into the actual versus and the multiplayer stuff after you're finished with the campaign. So it kind of gives you like a little taste of some of the specialty moves and some of the flair of fighters if you're not familiar with this really deep bench of characters. So
Okay.
the question I want to ask the 8-ball about Ed Boon on stage on Thursday is Ed Boon going to drop a demo for Mortal Kombat 1? Surprise demo. And the 8 Ball says, as I see it, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
shit. Okay.
Okay, 8 Ball.
All right.
Okay, 8 Ball.
I'm down.
That would be pretty dope.
It'd be very dope.
Very dope. So the next game I want to talk about that we know is going to be there, that I have lots of questions on, is Alan Wake 2. So I just ran through Alan Wake for the first time, just wrapped up yesterday, actually. And lots of potential in this game. I really loved the narrative. I thought it was really interesting, but I think the gameplay is just like, some of the gameplay and some of the some of the choices left me wanting more and different things. I get that this game is old. Don't at me. So anyway, when it comes to Alan Wake 2, we're going to be getting another gameplay trailer footage. I don't know what exactly it's going to be precisely, but we do know Sam Lake will be on stage with Jeff. I want to know, in this new gameplay, ask the Magic 8 Ball, if you will, my redheaded wonder.
Yes.
Are we going to see some sort of progression system in Alan Wake 2?
Is there a progression system in Alan Wake 2?
Because there wasn't shit in the first Alan Wake.
Ask again later.
God, why do I always get... last
Yeah,
year...
you got that a lot last year.
We asked the 8 Ball like 15 times about Resident Evil 4. And then finally it gave me an answer.
I just didn't want to spoil it for you.
Whatever. God damn. Has it been later yet?
Not quite. I think we should. By the way, I'm just writing these questions down in the show notes. But we could ask it. Do you want to ask it in a different way, maybe?
No, I like the way I asked it. The 8 Ball needs to get off its high horse. I know, listen, I forgot about this pent-up anger I have with this 8 Ball because it always does me dirty every year. And here we are again. My first question. Okay.
Well, how about we take a breather from Alan Wake 2 and go to another game that's exciting for you? Did you see the teaser for Baldur's Gate 3 from Larian?
Oh, girl, that's right here on my list. Absolutely. Yeah, so Baldur's Gate 3. So this is a fun one. I didn't realize that this game has been around in early access since 2020. I forgot that I had played it. I think it was one of my last preview events, actually, in February of 2020. Was it? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I think the main question I have for Baldur's Gate 3 is, obviously I love Larian Studios. They make Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, and some other Divinity games. Fantastic developer, one of my absolute favorites. But the last time we saw something on it, there was an interesting little tidbit of info in there, is that it's coming August 31st for PC and PlayStation 5. Now, Xbox was left off of that. Larian came back later and said, hey, the reason we didn't announce the Xbox release date is because we're having problems on the development side, specifically where you're not able to get the split screen co-op to function the way it should, and we're not going to ship it without that. And so that was back in February, I think, that we heard that. It was, February 2023. So what I would like to ask the 8 Ball is, will we get a release date for the Xbox platform for Baldur's Gate 3?
Release date, Xbox platform, Baldur's Gate 3. It is certain.
Ooh. And I'm really curious if, like everything the 8 Ball says is true, if it's going to be the same or if they had to push it back a little bit, because that would be no bueno for Xbox.
It would.
Okay, Rihanna, what about some of these like forthcoming announcements that we know are in the works that are intriguing to you?
Well, surprising no one, Fortnite Wilds, we're getting a new season premiere. What I would like to know, and I don't know how to ask the 8 Ball. Let me wordsmith it here.
Okay.
I basically want to know, how cheesy is the next traversal item going to be? Because we've seen some pretty bad ones in recent history. The katana is not so bad, but as you know, we've seen the Kamehameha pop in there. We've seen the cloud from. It's been an issue, right? And if somebody's just floating around above you can't shoot them. So I would say to the Magic 8 Ball, will the new traversal item that we see in Fortnite Wild season be as cheesy as the Naruto season?
Oh, okay. Let's see, 8 Ball. What do you think? Will the new traversal have the cheese?
It's so bad.
Concentrate and ask again.
Okay, yeah, right. You're right.
Okay. Let's focus this question down.
Let's focus this question. Will the new traversal be worse than the worst we've ever seen? The Nimbus Cloud.
Is Fortnite jumping the shark?
Will Fortnite top their cheesiest traversal item?
Don't count on it.
Okay, good.
There you go. There you go.
This is good. So hopefully it's a little more balanced because we've gotten better recently, but good Lord, that made it hard to play the game.
No, so we don't know what it is. That's the thing. That's what you're hoping to find out. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I think we need to go back and ask about Alan Wake's progression system, please.
Yeah. Is it later?
Yeah, it's been later. I deemed
Magic
it so.
8 Ball. Miss Brittany wants to know, is there a progression system in Alan Wake 2? Better not tell you now.
Motherfucker! Y'all are seeing this every year. I don't know what I did to that 8 ball. Maybe I dropped it when we got it in San Francisco. I don't know what happened to it.
This is 8 Ball 2.0, remember? Because the last
it's
one...
son.
Yeah, the last one was broken.
Yeah. My legacy has continued through. It's genetically wired to hate me, apparently.
I guess either there isn't a progression system or it really just doesn't know. It also wants to see the presentation from Remedy. It's like, I'm going to be watching too.
Okay, all right, Magic 8 Ball. I have another one for you. Let's talk about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because
yes, let's go.
Normally I would say, with Final Fantasy 16 right around the corner, I don't expect that we're going to see anything of this. However, on Twitter, they've been doing developer little interviews, little pictures of simple Q&A. Stuff like, hey, yeah, we're working on nailing down a release date. We're going to have some new groundbreaking features such as story and characters, like True Story. That's what they said. And everyone's like, what does that even mean? Doesn't matter. We're all going to buy the game anyway. But at the pace they're going at, the 7th update will land on the day of Summer Game Fest. So they're doing these daily updates, right? And the 7th update will fall on Summer Game Fest, June 8th. I feel like that just can't be a coincidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little... Yeah. Okay. So let's ask that plastic piece of shit. Will we see Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, a trailer with a release date at Summer Game Fest?
All right. Trailer and release date for Rebirth. Ask again later.
It's because you're talking to it so harsh. It's just sensitive. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe try
it's just sensitive.
Some honey instead of vinegar, maybe.
All right. Dear Magic 8 Ball, you plastic, shiny, curved, smooth, all-knowing fortune teller. The way Andrea shakes you is so gentle, so kind, and I only wish I could do the same. However, I am in Washington and she is in California. Will we get a trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth with a release date, all-knowing, all-wise one?
Outlook, not so good.
Oh,
You
got an answer.
I feel like it's the release date part.
But it's
I
still
think
coming
a trailer
out this year.
feels. I think like a trailer feels imminent, but a release date, release window, maybe.
Well, no, it's supposed to be coming out this year, and they just said development's going on track. We're just trying to nail down a release date. I feel like, okay, well, you got 6 months, friends. Figure that shit out. Sorry, I'm angry. Sorry, Square. That's not directed towards you. It's directed toward my anger is misdirected.
Maybe we'll get it at the Xbox showcase.
Now that would be bonkers, but I can't see that happening. I think
knowing that they've had a long history of doing marketing with PlayStation does feel like a odd place to do it, or the 8 Ball's just, wrong, which is also possible. One of the things that I'm excited about that actually doesn't really have to do with games that's happening, and I appreciate that Jeff mixes in some gaming adjacent stuff in his shows, is the world premiere of a new trailer for The Witcher Season 3 Volume 1 coming to Netflix, which is, I believe, the last stuff that Henry Cavill is featured in as Geralt, because there's, the drama of him leaving the series. But I would love for Henry Cavill to actually be there, in person on stage. I would like to see his gloriousness from afar and look at that chiseled jawline and be like, yes, you are a person that is real.
Wow, that's very PG friendly. I appreciate you saying that. I think we all know what's going on in our heads. But I do like that. We all know he's a big old nerd, so I think he
Huge
would
nerd.
be down to do
Right?
something like that.
It feels like a good match for him to actually go and like enjoy like being a nerd, because he's been doing a bunch of nerdy stuff on his Instagram for a while. And we had
and this
that
would be
one
his
episode
last
of the show
chance.
where we were trying to get him to date Steimer, remember?
Oh, yeah. That's
They
right.
can build PCs together.
Paint little minis.
Exactly. So Magic 8 Ball. Will Henry Cavill grace us with his physical presence, not on screen, not on a video, but actually there on stage, like Keanu Reeves did at Summer Game Fest at the YouTube Theater? Outlook good.
Hey!
Yeah, exciting.
Hey! I'll bring my diaper.
Okay,
Would
what's
you like
next?
to go next?
Should we talk about like a prediction for the show that's like,
Not
let's take
confirmed?
an off the wall prediction. Like
Ooh.
let's not look at the partners, or look at the partners who don't have a confirmed announcement and go, I want to see this from this company.
I want to see Wonder Woman from Monolith. I want to know what's going on with that. That was announced, like 2021? So I feel like it's not out of the realm of possibility to get a little something, if you know what I mean. I think that would be something fun. I forgot about that game, and it had completely existed until I was like doing some research. I'm like, oh yeah, that would be sweet. It's a single player narrative focused game, I believe is the way there. Single player open world action game, excuse me. That sounds fucking sick. So dear 8 Ball, my friend, we're going to be okay here. We're working through our troubles. We're communicating. I need to do better. I'm not getting so mad at you. Will we see a new trailer for the Monolith Wonder Woman game?
8 Ball says yes.
Ooh, okay.
How exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with
I
you.
have
I think
one.
it's time for an update. We need some, and Warner Brothers needs like their next big thing that, is not Mortal Kombat. And obviously we know that Suicide Squad is still in the works, but
Right.
I think we would like to see something new,
Agreed.
True. We also have some fun questions from our patrons and community, but Ree, I want to pass it off to you first.
Yeah,
If you have
I
anything.
have a wild one. And maybe not super wild, but
Okay.
something I hope to see, I should say. And no, it's not Jade Empire again.
I forgot about
that'd
that.
What would be wonderful is if we got some kind of an update from Skydance New Media on this Captain America Black Panther game. We saw a lot
I
about
forgot
it
about
at
that.
D23, right? Friend of the show, Blessing Adeoye Jr. hosted that, and it was super intriguing. We got some really cool story bits from Amy Hennig and Mark, her writing partner, but I don't know what's going on with that game, and I would love to see more of it.
Oh,
Well, Disney is listed
So
as a partner.
So how do we phrase this? Do we say, okay, 8 Ball, you big shiny thing, will we see more of the Captain America Black Panther game? Oh, will we get a name for it?
Oh, okay.
I've
Because
already
we still don't
asked.
have the title.
So I have to
shit.
ask.
Okay.
It does say ask again later.
Okay.
It could
This will be
sense your
better.
uncertainty with your
It could.
question.
That's exactly
Okay.
it.
I'll rephrase. Will we get a title and new information, visual or otherwise, for the Marvel Skydance Captain America Black Panther game?
Shake it good. girl.
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
Yes. I love this 8 Ball. This is a good one. Okay.
Okay,
I like
okay.
this answer.
That would be good. Here's something else. What do you guys think about Nintendo? Do we think Nintendo's going to have anything there? Anything at
doubt
all?
Of all the shows coming up, it's either this show or I would imagine the Ubisoft show that they would have something to show. But I feel like they're just riding high off of Tears of the Kingdom right now, and they don't need to do a marketing beat. They already have their big Nintendo Live event that's coming in in September, technically, and over the same weekend as PAX West here in the United States. So I feel like we're not going to get a big marketing beat from them until Gamescom time.
That's kind of how I'm feeling too, because we do have a few questions here from our patrons. So we could just do a little quick rapid fire.
Before we do that, though, Brittany, how about a word from one of our sponsors? This week's episode of What's Good Games is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like passing a note in class and having the teacher read it out loud to everybody. Nobody else needs to know about your secret crush on Stacy's mom, right? Just like marketing companies don't need access to your personal data about your browsing habits online, internet service providers know every single website that you visit. ISPs can then sell this information to ad companies and tech giants who then use that data to target you. Now, sometimes a targeted ad is really helpful if you're shopping for something specifically, but other times when you look for a purple number 6 for an anniversary stream that you only need one time, and then the internet thinks you want all of the purple number 6s, it can become problematic. You know what I'm saying? ExpressVPN reroutes your network data through a secure encrypted tunnel so that your ISP can't see or sell your online activity. And it's very simple to use. All you do is fire up the app and click that one connect button and boom, you're protected. It's rated #1 by CNET and TechRadar, and it works on phones, laptops, even routers. So everyone who shares your Wi-Fi can be protected. I use ExpressVPN all the time, like when I was recently searching for gifts for my husband's birthday, and I didn't want him to find out. All I did was click connect and boom, all those incognito Google searches for pizza t-shirts, gone. He never knew until the pizza t-shirt actually arrived. Protect your online privacy by visiting expressvpn.com/whatsgoodgames today. That's expressvpn.com/whatsgoodgames. And you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/whatsgoodgames. Brittany, let's do these rapid fire questions.
Okay, Juan John Jedi. I almost said Jedi. Oh my God, it's those Spanish classes. Every J is a. Will a Metroid? Yeah. Will a Metroid 4 trailer be released by the end of 2023?
Concentrate and ask again. Okay, let me try. Will a Metroid 4 trailer be released before the end of 2023? Most likely.
Oh, right. Excess oddities. Will Nintendo reveal the next mainline Animal Crossing at Summer Game Fest?
Girl, I hope so, but I highly doubt that this is the place to do that. That feels like a Nintendo Direct kind of an announcement. 8-Ball says, as I see it, yes. 8-Ball, you're wrong.
Well, Versh, will we see an extended presentation and details of the Diablo 4 Season 1 and Battle Pass?
Ooh, I mean, that feels like a weird thing to do so quickly after launch, but hey, you never know. As I see it, yes.
All right, Eddie Phoenix, will we see anything on the Final Fantasy Tactics remake?
Okay, Final Fantasy Tactics remake. Better not tell you now.
Oh, they want you to be surprised. Melvin Benton 366. Any news about Kingdom Hearts 4?
Kingdom Hearts 4? It is certain.
Ooh! And then Beardtastic Yogi. Will Final Fantasy IX Remake officially be announced?
Oh, Brittany.
Oh,
Brittany, your hopes and dreams.
Here's how oh, wait till the 8-Ball gives us.
Outlook good.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, so here's I'm just gonna put it out there if I haven't done it already. I am 100% convinced this is happening. I don't have any insider information. I just feel it within my loins. I can tell this Final Fantasy IX remake is a fucking thing and it is going to exist, and I will lose my mind. That's going to be a glorious, messy day. But I don't think it's now. I think we towards the end, later in the year,
like a Game Awards, maybe.
Oh my God, yeah. And I can't even like begin to put myself in that position because it'll not be good. Okay, cool. And then we have this fun one from Brandon K. Gann that I thought we should ask it to. Oh, Magic 8-Ball, with thy divine foresight and powers, will we see anything that will make What's Good Games scream with excited delight?
Ooh. Okay. It is certain.
And then I am supposed to say, because that's a positive answer, thank you, wise Magic 8-Ball. Apparently, if it was any other answer, I was supposed to call it a fraud. Brandon, I'm with you.
That makes sense. Well, those are fun. I think some of them were realistic, but most of them were not.
No. What's the fun in that?
That's true. We do need some wild Magic 8-Ball answers from time to time. I think that Thursday's stream is going to be great. I'm very excited that it's back in person. We are not going to be co-streaming because we decided There's so many other people co-streaming. We wanted to actually go down and experience the in-person event like what we would do if it was E3 and kind of take it all in, see the sights.
Excited.
We will be live tweeting, of course, so make sure you follow us on our respective individual accounts, which you can get all of our links in the show notes down below where it says follow our crew. All of our social media sites they're down there in the show notes. Just click on them. It'd be great. Is there anything off the wall that you think we could potentially expect? Like a Razor Man moment. You guys remember the guy in the Razor suit?
Oh man!
Like, is there something like that that's going to happen? That's going to be wacky.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get some wackiness. As to what that wackiness is, I don't even know. What we do know is that the showcase will go about 2 hours. Jeff has said there's gonna be 3 to 4 major hits with the audience, and that he is gonna take the time to have some developers on stage. I think that we could get Razor Man. We could get a real life fatality, like Ree mentioned. I mean, that would be messy too. I don't know. It's so hard for me to predict. I was thinking about this earlier. I wish I could come up with some like off the wall bananas predictions, but I feel like the way the industry is going, it's all established IP anymore for reasons that we all are very well aware of. But so it's hard to think of like what would be something different. I mean, I know we just got Jade Raymond's new what was that called? Whatever it was. So there's like new stuff coming out from time to time, but it's so rare that I feel like in all these games that we're waiting on are just things that we have been waiting on for so long. And like I said, most of these predictions come from like years and years of 8-ball shows. So it's hard to think of new shiny things. Makes me sad.
I'm with you. I think I also have been having to take a look at my outlook on where we're at in the gaming industry and media and try to really walk back some of my like negativity around it. But it's been a tough year. There were a lot of layoffs earlier this year. We lost a lot of people that would normally be covering the show and would normally be covering like an E3. And it's like, everything just feels like it's going in a different direction, but I still love it so much. And I think magic of what E3 used to bring is still going to feel like it's a real thing this week as we get to see a lot of people in person, many for the first time since the pandemic, since, the Summer Game Fest event that Rihanna and I attended last year was pretty small. And they've expanded it this year, which is great. And doing these in-person events, I think, is going to be wonderful. And I'm just really hoping for some really fun energy. So,
you'll be sitting next to me, girl. I got you.
Magic 8-Ball. Will I get a gifable moment that will top when Brittany found out about the Resident Evil 2 remake? Will that happen for us this year? My sources say no. That was a pretty epic moment.
That was hard to beat.
Yeah, there's only a few. A Final Fantasy IX remake, an Ocarina of Time remake, or those probably, that's probably the two that could do it, that could top that at this point.
Okay. Well, I tried. Rihanna, any final thoughts on Summer Game Fest Live before we move on to the next?
I am excited to see some indies shine through. I know that's always the most exciting part of these showcases for me. Obviously, the big titles that are coming from the studios we know and love are always wonderful, but I just love it when there's something new on the scene. So I'm excited to see something I've never heard of and for it to just kind of like take everybody's hearts.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that for you. All right, everybody, we are going to keep trucking right along. But before we do that, we're going to take one more quick break. And then we'll be back to talk all things Xbox and Starfield.
Welcome back to the What's Good Games podcast. We have a lot more predictions coming up. But first, I want to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by PayPal Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer. But did you know it only takes a few seconds to get it? That means if you go to add it to your laptop or iPhone right now, you could be done before this ad read is even over. You know that feeling when you find an NPC in your game that has a fetch quest for you that you already have the item for and boom, it's done? You know what else works fast? Honey's deal finding abilities. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. how it works. So imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. When you check out, the Honey button appears, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. Wait a few seconds as Honey searches for coupons it can find for that site, and if Honey finds a working coupon, you'll watch the prices drop. So I have a 2-year-old son, and man, he is growing fast, and he is getting so big, and he's growing so fast that I know it's not the most financially smart thing to be buying him tons of brand new clothes, because let's be real, he's only going to be in them for another month, but sometimes I can't help myself. So I recently had a moment of weakness, and I went on a little shop and splurge, but that financial toll was weakened thanks to Honey. I ended up saving like $27 thanks to Honey using a code that I didn't know existed, and it made me feel a little bit better about my transgressions. So thank you, Honey. And Honey doesn't just work on desktop, it works on your iPhone too. Just activate it on Safari on your phone and save on the go. Seriously, getting Honey takes only a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this show. Get PayPal Honey for free at joinhoney.com/whatsgood. That's joinhoney.com/whatsgood.
All right, ladies, it's time to talk all things Xbox and then the Starfield Direct. So I think it's worth noting that we don't technically have an official Bethesda showcase. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, I think that's
right.
I think you can say that.
Yeah, it's not an Xbox Bethesda showcase. It's the Starfield Direct after the Xbox showcase. So we don't have the combo joint this time around.
It's interesting because it's either A, Bethesda just truly wants to focus on Starfield because they're like, this is our big game that's coming from our flagship studio. This is all we want to talk about. Or they're not ready to show anything else. Or Xbox and Microsoft Gaming are trying to fold the marketing for Bethesda underneath Xbox marketing to make it unified under their game studios and are trying to get rid of the branding of Bethesda Showcase.
I feel like it's probably more B. And I don't feel like it's to erase Bethesda marketing. I think, you know, since we're just kind of like still trudging along this acquisition, it's just kind of a little bit more like puffing. If you're like, this is the Xbox showcase and we're showing Bethesda things in it as well, because, you know, that's a deal we're trying to make. That's my guess, but who could say? I don't know what the smart people up top are thinking.
Well, maybe if we see that Phil Spencer guy walking around, we can ask him and be like, yo, Phil, what's happening with the Bethesda showcase? Is it gone forever? But
I hope not.
I hope not either, because those are some of the best showcases at E3. I still vividly remember the first year the What's Good Games was in existence. Bethesda Land, their little carnival was happening. And that's where we got the first teaser for Elder Scrolls 6. That flyover teaser where Todd Howard was like, yes, of course we're working on it. It's very far away. Don't hold your breath for an announcement anytime soon. And Todd, we're still holding our breaths. Hopefully not until 2030, please. And I just have so many fun memories of the four of us dancing in front of that stage after all the announcements were done.
It was the weekend, right?
No, it was Chainsmokers.
Oh, Chainsmokers. That's who it was. Yeah. Oh, God,
yes, they had this huge DJ come and play after they were done with all their announcements, and there was all of us
I like
dancing
how you
our little
remember
booties off.
Skyrim, because I remembered the turkey legs. That's what I remember. Those were so good. Anyway, yes, a really good time. So I hope those come back as well. So here's what we know about this showcase. It's going to be roughly 2 hours long. And a friend of the show, Aaron Greenberg, has said that none of Xbox's first-party games at the showcase are, quote, full CG trailers. He also pledged that everything is either in-game footage, in-engine footage, or in-game footage with some cinematics, and everything will be labeled. And cheekily, he said, quote, there will be no movie trailers in our game show.
Oh, snap. Just taking a direct shot. You know, Xbox has always taken pot shots at PlayStation whenever they have the opportunity to do so. Like they did right after the showcase, being like, oh, look at all these partner titles also coming to Xbox.
Yeah, that graphic appeared in a couple other places too, minus their watermark, but we don't have to get into that.
Oh my goodness.
Drama.
I am so excited for this one. There's just so much potential for this showcase. And I think the one that I want to see the most of is Avowed. I want to know what is going on with Avowed. So yeah, this is obviously the new IP from Obsidian. It was revealed in 2021. And all we've really gotten from this is the trailer. And
That arrow. That arrow did a lot.
The arrow, there's some rune magic, some first-person sword holding. We know it's in the same universe as Pillars of Eternity. And there are some really fun Reddits. I try to read them, and it's way over my head because I haven't played a lot of Pillars of Eternity, where since it's in the same universe, you can pick apart everything in that trailer, and people are like putting these like lore compilations together, and I'm like, I can't. But no, like I think this looks really, really good. And I love Obsidian. They're so talented over there. And so I think anything first person medieval fantasy with swords and magic and shit, like sign me the fuck up. Let's go.
So what are we asking the 8-Ball?
I want to ask, are we going to see some new Avowed footage? And the reason I want to ask it this way is because that's the same question we asked in 2022.
Okay.
Are we going to see some Avowed footage? And the 8-Ball said, as I see it, yes. But
better not tell you now.
Yo, it just has beef with Brittany.
Dude!
Next year, Brittany, abandoned. I think you have to hold the 8-Ball. It needs to feel the kindness coming from your hands.
Okay. Well, I think it feels abandoned. I think it was like, it thought that we were its moms, and then I left it. And I think it just feels like I left it alone. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. Okay, well, let me write this down for posterity.
Okay. All right, Ree, what you got, baby?
All right, so I am really, really hoping we see more from Fable. I know it's a favorite, beloved IP from the team over there, and I have worked on Fable. However, the game that I was working on never came out. That was Fable Legends back in 2016. So I've been waiting with bated breath to see what they're gonna do with this sequel. What's it for now, right? And it's been 13 years since the last Fable.
Yeah.
So it's just so fascinating to me when we go back to the well of IP that has like been super nostalgic for folks and see a new take on it. Like, is it gonna be, the chicken kicking and running through the fields and farting in front of people? Or is it gonna be something new? Like, I'm just really curious like what direction they're going with it, and like, is it gonna have that same type of humor, or is this new team gonna take a really different tack? So I just want to know a lot more about it and like what the vibe is gonna be. So my question is, will we see extended gameplay from Fable 4?
Extended gameplay from Fable? Without a doubt.
Ooh, yes! Okay. So this is actually fun. I'm sure y'all saw the short video that Xbox recently posted on Twitter, but the text of the video said, "Do you love games as much as we do? Then you won't want to miss the Xbox showcase." And it's this video of a first-person perspective following this glitter trail to it's like a computer monitor that has the Xbox showcase on it. Very reminiscent of the Fable breadcrumb system.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
someone had to vacuum up all that glitter.
I know that was my first thought too. And then this is kind of a fun one, and I just gotta like call it out because I know Jeff listens to the show and I gotta give Jeff shit. So fast forward to just a few days ago, Aaron Greenberg posted a picture on Instagram with Major Nelson and Jeff, and in the background, they're in a cafeteria. All you see is ABLE, like it's cut off. So it's and so someone saw that picture and they're like, "Oh my God, is Aaron Greenberg teasing Fable?" Because I mean, come on, like that is just like super funny and very coincidental. It probably just says table, but it turns out it's just a cafeteria in Microsoft. And Aaron Greenberg was like, "Oh my God, hold the line! Like I'm not teasing anything." So, but anyway, just kind of a fun little anecdote there.
I think it's time. I think it's time that we get an update. Even if the update is just another cheeky trailer saying, "Hey, we're still like heads down working. Come back later, under construction or whatever." Yeah.
Speaking of cheeky trailers, I would love to see The Outer Worlds 2, something new from that. I know that game is still far away, but the last trailer we got was, oh God, what was that? Was that last year we got that? Or 2020? No, I think that was 2021. Anyway, it was that really funny trailer with the super duper self-aware narrator. And he was like, "We have to pan this way because it'll make our game look like it's really large. And see this really cool monster? You're never going to see it again. Say goodbye forever." And at the very end, the narrator said, "The developers haven't finished the main character's design or finished the story or finished any gameplay that's actually ready to show. In fact, the only thing we have finished is the title." So I would like to ask the Magic 8-Ball, will we get another cheeky trailer for The Outer Worlds 2?
8-Ball says, "Cannot predict now."
Oh my God. Oh my god!
It just does not like. It's just not like your questions, Brittany. I don't know what to say.
My questions are fine.
Your questions are perfectly fine.
It's
put it
honestly
up to the camera. What do you want from me,
often
April?
to be of coincidence.
What
like,
do you
at this
want from me? I'm prefacing.
It's targeted.
I'm prefacing every question I have with viable information. I know what I'm asking. You know what I'm asking, but you're choosing to ignore me and gaslight me, and I don't like it. God, you're gonna go
It's
to the
personal.
trash.
It's definitely personal.
I'm every year it's the same fucking shit. It's fine. I'm over it. I don't need you. I don't need you, people. It's fine. Everyone else gets to participate and get their questions answered, but not I for some reason.
How about we'll ask a different question that I think will maybe give us a positive answer. Let's reset it. Let's give the 8 ball a softball. One ball to another. Will Obsidian have a new trailer to show from one of the projects that studio is working on? Just a giant old softball. It says, oh, hold on. It says, it is certain.
Okay.
Cool.
And it could be maybe Outer Worlds too.
It could
Maybe.
be that or about. It's fine.
Maybe.
Oh my god. Bullshit. It's fine.
Okay, so those are some big ones. I think another like layup game that we can expect to see at the Xbox showcase is Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
So
gosh.
this
I'm so
game has
excited
been in
for that.
development. We've seen it. It made a brief appearance at an Unreal thing at GDC, I believe, when they were talking about the technology in that game. And I think it's time for
A release date?
a release date would be great. I think some gameplay would be even better. Like we know that you do some cool ass mocap and that your animation is awesome, but gameplay is king. And it sounds like Aaron Greenberg understands this by what you mentioned he tweeted about. So Magic 8 Ball, will we get some hot new gameplay from Hellblade 2? Very doubtful.
Uh-oh.
That would be shocking.
That would be awful. Okay,
Oh,
I have a layup
no.
question.
Okay.
Will we see something from Project Mara? Is it Mara or Mara? I think it's Mara.
Mara
This
sounds
is this is Ninja Theory's game where they're focusing on mental health. I'm trying to find the actual based on real lived experience accounts and in-depth research. And the project aims to create self-contained, individualized, and absorbing game experiences to help people control their fear and anxiety. I have no idea what this is going to look like, but I'm very, very curious to see more. So, dear Magic 8 Ball.
That sounds like more up my alley than Hellblade, because I'll have to be a passenger princess for that game for
That's fine.
sure.
Notice the way Andrea's soft fingertips caress your plastic.
What's
It's
the
nice,
question
right?
again?
I'm getting there. I got distracted. It's fine. Pretty much Magic 8 Ball. Are you going to show us some Project Mara gameplay footage? Not you.
Magic 8 Ball says, outlook not so good.
Okay. Thank you for your answer, Magic 8 Ball. I respect that. I'm walking on
Aw.
eggshells around that thing.
At least it was a direct answer.
I know. That's why I'm like, okay, I'll take it. Even if it's not what I don't want to hear, I'll take it. All right. What do we got, ladies?
Well,
I mean, I got a whole list here, but I'm not hogging the spotlight. Ree, you got
Sure.
anything that you're like,
I can do a quick one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sure the two of you would probably have even more to ask about it. But I see what's on this list here of things we think might show up. And Gear 6
oh,
is a little twinkle in my eye. I'm curious to know your thoughts about it.
I think it's time for us to get a teaser trailer. I would love to get more than a teaser trailer, but I'm trying to keep my expectations realistic. That studio has gone through some changes over the last couple of years. I think that we, didn't see as much support of Gears 5 in like the long tail of that game as I thought we were going to get. And I don't know what the reason for that is, if that has to do with, some of the changes that happened at the studio or other changes or focuses that, Microsoft Gaming as a company and a brand is implementing across, the Xbox studios. So I think, though, that it'd be a good time to talk about it because Xbox has been catching a lot of heat for not having enough big first-party exclusives, and Gears is one of their tentpole brands. So I think it'd be great to at least see a teaser to be like, hey, we're working on it. They don't even need to give a window.
I mean, that's it. There's been a lot of, smoke about, the coalition is working solely on Gears 6 now. They canceled some other projects to focus on this. I want to know where the hell they're going with that story from a canon perspective.
That's a question that 8Ball's not prepared to answer, Brittany.
And it can't. That's a Britt question. I know. Could you imagine if and one of the names popped up on that? I would shit bricks. Anyway,
Maria comes back. What?
No.
So the question that I think I could ask it. I mean, obviously, I like Ree's question. It's more exciting. But I'd also want to know because there's been that Gears remaster collection that's been rumored for I feel like forever now. I want to know if we're going to be seeing that bad boy.
Okay. Are we going to get a Gears remastered collection at the Xbox Showcase?
I could be down with that.
Better not tell you now.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Here, I'll re-ask it. I'll re-ask it and see if it works. Can I rephrase it?
Yes,
give it a
you
shot?
can.
I feel so bad, Brittany.
I'm just trying to have fun.
Magic 8-Ball. You darling smooth-surfaced wonder.
It is very smooth.
Will we hear updates for a Gears remastered collection? at the
Updates?
showcase? Updates.
I don't know if we can say updates. 'cause I don't think it's
Reply
been-
hazy. Try again.
Yeah. I'm
Probably
trying to
because
see if they'll
interrupting.
confirm or deny.
Oh, I see. You're being sneaky. I see. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
It's just really not committing to any of this, huh?
No.
very
Okay, one more
political.
question about Gears, and then we're going to move on. Magic
trying.
8-Ball. Will we get a new teaser trailer for Gears 6 at the showcase?
Please.
Please.
You may rely on it.
I think it
Hey.
likes you. I think it's because you're holding it and stroking it so nicely.
I mean,
We'll
that
take
might have
that as a
something to do
win.
with it.
it might have something to do with it.
Okay. I like it.
Okay. Well, here's the other one I'm actually very, very curious about too is Everwild. I want to know what the hell is going on with this game. So this was revealed in 2019. This is Rare's new game. And at the time, the description was, quote, Everwild is said to take us to a magical world as figures known as the Eternals, who are said to have a symbiotic relationship with nature. Okay, so then the big rumor going around is that the game was rebooted, wasn't going to be coming out until 2023, 2024. Here we are halfway through 2023. Haven't heard anything about it. And just this week, Andy Robinson from VGC tweeted that the last that he heard, it was a bit more like Viva Pinata than the survival game the earlier trailers hinted at.
I'm not mad about that.
I'm not either. Like, it looked real pretty. And I mean, colorful and nice. And where is one Christine Steimer when you need her? Okay, so I guess, like, how do I phrase this, ladies? What I want to know is, will Everwild make us all stop and go, like, didn't expect that.
Is Everwild going to change minds about what kind of game it is?
Perfect.
Outlook good.
Hey! Maybe this is the secret. Maybe you take my ideas and you turn them into words.
Remix it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I want to know what the hell Rare's doing. I
Hey,
wanna
with
know.
these answers, if they were all correct, I'd be happy with this show.
Yeah. Okay.
Forza, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's time for us to get, another gameplay trailer, probably a concrete release date, because I believe we still don't have one, right?
For
Yeah, I
Motorsport?
think that's right. Yeah,
For Forza Motorsport. And it feels like the last time we saw anything about this, it was just basically like, look at how pretty the graphics are. And they were beautiful.
The
But
lights,
I
man.
think maybe an actual, release date would be right?
Yeah. All we have is a year, 2023.
Okay. So,
'Kay.
Magic 8-Ball. Is it time for Forza to tell us when you can play it? Of course, day one on Xbox Game Pass. 8-Ball says, my sources say no.
Oh, well,
Rhea, are you battling a fly over there?
I'm fighting for my life over here.
The 8-Ball has sent its minions. They're going after you.
Its spies are here.
Amazing.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be low key. It didn't work.
I was looking at my dock, and all I see in the background is this sudden frantic movement, and I just see blurs of your hand. I hope you survive your fight. Okay, another one that I also very, very curious on. I don't know if we're going to see anything, but that's why we have the 8-Ball. Is what is this Hideo Kojima and Xbox partnership? Like, what? Remember, I forgot about this one too, and I was like, oh yeah, that was the thing. So Microsoft announced a partnership with Kojima Productions, set to deliver quote an all new Xbox game under its Xbox Game Studios publishing arm. And just in March of this year, Aaron Greenberg, he's coming up a lot during the show, posted a photo of him and others visiting Kojima Productions and saying it was their first visit there, so take that for what you will. And I thought this was funny. In December, Kojima told IGN that he pitched the, quote, unusual title to a large number of potential partners, but Microsoft was the only one to really get the concept, while the others thought he was mad. So...
Okay.
Things you maybe heard before, but still ventured on.
Yeah. Okay, so dear Magic 8-Ball, almighty, all-knowing, all-eternally intelligent, will we see a little snippet of Hideo Kojima's collaboration with Xbox in any way, shape, or form? I'm not being picky.
8-Ball says, concentrate and ask again.
Andrea, remix it.
Okay.
Save us.
Remix. Will Hideo Kojima make an appearance during the Xbox showcase? Keep it simple. Outlook good.
Thank you.
Outlook
I'll take
good.
that as an inference that 8-Ball thinks it'll happen.
All right. We got another one. Compulsion Games. Obviously, they were acquired by Microsoft in 2018, and 3 years ago, Phil Spencer, when he was asked which one of the first-party studios' unannounced titles he is most excited for the public to see, he had two games in mind, and one of them was Compulsion Games called Project Midnight. So apparently, they're working on, and I have it here, unannounced single-player narrative-based third-person game. Interesting. Compulsion, I'm really excited to see what they can do and come up with. So my question for you, dear Magic 8-Ball, beautiful plastic goodness. Will Phil Spencer become giddy like a schoolgirl and announce Project Midnight during the showcase?
8-Ball, Brittany would like to know, will Phil Spencer be positive and not grumpy? Because apparently the rumor is that he's been grumpy lately. And have new info on Project Midnight. Ask again later.
Now your association with me is starting to tarnish your relationship with the 8-Ball.
Let's keep it more simple, 8-Ball. Will we get an update on Project Midnight? Cannot predict now.
Oh my God.
Okay. It feels like Project Midnight's going to remain in the dark.
Hey, good job.
It was right there. I had to.
I'm glad. I would have been sad if you didn't.
All right.
Jeez cool.
Louise.
Well, let's just move on. Dear Magic 8-Ball, I'm keep this real simple for you because you are such a complicated item that I know if I have to, whatever. TLDR. Are we going to see another zombified deer and a new State of Decay 3 re-reveal?
Man, I hope not. There's been so much zombie shit. I need a zombie break. It feels like that one E3 all over again. It was E3 2018 maybe, where it just felt like everyone was talking about zombies.
Zombie. Yeah.
Okay. State of Decay 3, 8-Ball. It says, my reply is no.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, I appreciate an answer.
Okay, so I have a question.
Solid answer.
Before we probably should wrap up Xbox and talk about some Starfield. So let me just write this down. State of Decay 3.
And I have one more off the wall one I want to ask before we move on.
Okay, sure. So something that, like, in the school of thought, that there isn't a separate Bethesda showcase, and that everything Bethesda Game Studios is talking about is Starfield related.
Okay.
And the idea that maybe we'll still get a couple teasers of what other brands underneath the Bethesda publishing label are working on.
Wolfenstein.
I've seen a lot of people in their Xbox Showcase predictions, talking about what is Machine Games up to. We got a teaser for their Indiana Jones game.
Right.
Back in January 2021. So 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago at this point. And I think a lot of people are like, what is Machine Games doing? Where is this Indiana Jones game? The movie just came out. Feels like a good time to drop a marketing beat for Indiana Jones. Will we see another update on what's happening with Machine Games and this Indiana Jones game?
Yeah.
At the Xbox Showcase. Yes, definitely.
Woohoo! That would be exciting.
It would
I'd be down for them.
I don't expect gameplay because it still feels like it's too early. And you know, I mean, if we got gameplay, that'd be awesome. But I mean, just any kind of a more detailed teaser, because the teaser they put out, if you remember, was literally just this like slow pan across a couple like key items, and then like the reveal of the whip at the end, and that, you know, Todd Howard and Machine Games are working on this Indiana Jones title. So I think a little bit more would be great.
That would be great. I also would love to see something on Wolfenstein. Right, like it's been a hot minute since we've gotten anything from them. Okay, so yeah, my like kind of off the wall, kind of not. I mean, I'm just like really excited about this. Is there have been a lot of rumors, ladies, about Persona 3 getting a remake, and I a lot of confirmations from, you know, informed industry insiders, whatever, you know, just people who have a good reputation for leaking stuff that comes to fruition. And as someone who just played Persona 3 for the first time earlier this year, this game could, oh my God, a remake of this game could put it at like the top of all Persona games. Like, I fully believe that. So, my dear, beautiful 8-Ball, you sexy little bastard, are we going to see Persona 3 remake at the Xbox Showcase?
Persona 3 Xbox? It is decidedly so.
Hey,
I feel like we're vibing now. I'm
okay. All right, so I think we should move on to just a couple Starfield questions, if you're up for that, and then we got more to tackle, more questions to ask the 8-Ball.
All right.
My very intelligent question is: are we going to see any alien romance in any Starfield footage we see at the Starfield Direct?
Ooh, okay.
I don't know if that's actually been officially confirmed. I don't know.
It hasn't. Okay, will there be alien romances? Who we gonna bang?
Who we banging?
You may rely on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, it looks like there is some sort of, there'll be more romancing characters here than just winning them over. Hell yeah, let's do it. I'm reading an article about romance.
Okay,
that's all I want to know.
You may rely on it. Okay, so Starfield Direct. I think we're going to get in-depth details on what the multiplayer situation is going to look like. This is something that Bethesda Game Studios has kind of had a roller coaster of a track record on. You know, when we look to their last big outing, Fallout 76, not a great start, but then came around and now has a robust community. And other sections of Bethesda, if we look at Elder Scrolls Online, which I know is a different team, and some other things they've done, like I said, just a little bit roller coastery. So I think it would behoove them to really focus on showing how multiplayer in Starfield is going to work, because even though we know that this is predominantly a single player RPG in the style of BGS and what they excel at, people are going to be asking that question over and over and over again, and I think they'll want to get ahead of that question by just showing it. So
you are assuming that there is some Starfield multiplayer in works, and you are asking the 8-Ball, are we going to see an official confirmation of it?
That's correct.
Got it. Okay. Got it. I was like, God damn, when did they announce multiplayer?
They haven't, right?
Right.
I mean, in my mind, we're in 2023. Like, I fully anticipate that there's going to be some kind of multiplayer in Elder Scrolls 6 when that game eventually gets shown. And I don't know why they wouldn't be working on some kind of multiplayer for Starfield, knowing just how popular space sim multiplayer is in that community. It feels like a giant miss. But obviously, single player games do well. Look at, Jedi Survivor did great. Look at Tears of the Kingdom selling gangbusters. But I think games are more fun with friends, and space games are more fun with friends. And so I think what I'm trying to say is I feel like they're holding their cards to their chest and that there's something multiplayer coming in Starfield and that they're going to reveal it.
Okay.
8 Ball. Will we get the confirmation that there will be some kind of multiplayer component to Starfield? Better not tell you now. Grumpy face. Fine. Be that way, 8 Ball.
See, it's mad at you now. Now, see, it's trying to pit us together, Andrea. Now it's being nice to me and it's being mean to you. Just telling you.
Do you have any burning Starfield questions, Rihanna?
I'm trying to think of one, but I really don't.
This really isn't your game, right?
It's
like
not
you're
for
not.
me.
You're like, I'm watching to watch, but it doesn't feel like it's on your hit list of games that you're very jazzed about.
Not quite. The thing that would make me more excited is if there, I don't want to say anything in a grand strategy statement, but if I could build communities or establish history and see my family propagate or you know what I mean? If there's some kind of legacy that I could see the impact of my decisions in the game's worlds, that would intrigue me. But I just don't know if that's the direction they're going in or if that's something anyone else besides me is interested in. So that would be my only question, or I don't want to say it's necessarily a demand, but that's what I think I'm missing is how does my time in this world impact it? You know what I mean?
Will there be long-term narrative consequences to your actions in game?
That's fair.
Most likely.
Oh, that would intrigue me. If my world looks different than yours because of the way we played. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Interesting. I just want to get more hyped. I want to get more hyped about Starfield. That's what I want after this showcase. Because right now, I'm excited for it because it is a Bethesda game. And I think that's a good reason. But I'm not oh my God, this looks so up my alley. I can't wait to play this. That's not where I'm at. And I would like to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to feel the hype. I do.
Yeah, we definitely need more gameplay, and obviously their decision to focus on it means that we're gonna get that. So let's take another short break to give the 8 Ball just a little mini rest, and maybe it will start to feel a little bit better about the questions we're asking it. When we come back, we are going to talk to the 8 Ball about what's happening at this Ubisoft Forward and this surprise announcement of a Capcom showcase. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the What's Good Games podcast. We have even more predictions coming up. What an exciting show. But first, I want to let you know that this week's episode is also brought to you by Factor. Now that it's summer, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for sunny, active days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with flavorful and nutritious ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track reaching your goals. And if you're looking for calorie-conscious options this summer, you can try delicious, dietitian-approved calorie-smart meals with around or less than 550 calories per serving. So you've got more room in your pants or more room in your stomach for another round of ice cream. Elevate eating at home with the new upscale surf meal options like roasted garlic filet mignon and shrimp and Cajun spiced shrimp and salmon. They offer delicious flavor-packed options on the menu each week to fit a variety of lifestyles, from keto to calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and a protein plus. Prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians, each meal has all the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long while meeting your goals. You can choose from over 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options featuring premium ingredients such as broccoli, leeks, truffle butter, and asparagus. Plus, you can round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of over 45 add-ons, including breakfast items like our delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato, bacon, and egg breakfast skillet. it. Or for any easy wellness boost, try refreshing beverage options like cold-pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. This June, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. And I have been eating so much Factor lately, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, friends. And it really is so easy. You just hop on your app, you just choose the meals you want, and then they arrive at your door, and everything is portioned, and it's all separated. You just put a little slit in the little wrap, and you nuke it, and then off you go. You're ready to go. And for a person of convenience like myself, it has been an absolute lifesaver. I've been getting delicious like barbecue pork and enchiladas and just like anything you could think of, it's there. And so whenever I'm craving something, I can just go to I have a little drawer in the refrigerator where all my little Factors go, and Jason knows he can't touch it, and it's all mine. And the food is just super tasty, super delicious, and very convenient. So if you're a person like me, that would be my recommendation. Check it out. Just give it a try. And if you want to give it a try, you can head to factormeals.com/whatsgood50 and use code whatsgood50 to get 50% off of your first box. That's code whatsgood50 at factormeals.com/whatsgood50 to get 50% off of your first box.
Let's talk about Ubisoft. So the Ubisoft Forward event is happening on Monday, and we got a teaser trailer from them showcasing a few of the things that they're going to talk about. So one of the things that is confirmed, of course, is the reveal that we'll get more details on Assassin's Creed Mirage. We got a gameplay trailer and the PlayStation showcase along with a release date of October 12th, which is happening this fall. We knew the game was coming this year, and we're going to see more from Assassin's Creed during the Ubisoft event. Now, what exactly is that going to be? I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's going to be a really bomb cinematic trailer showcasing some gameplay. But if it was just a really cool cinematic trailer, I'd be in. Because Ubisoft does amazing CG trailers for Assassin's Creed. So, Magic 8 Ball.
Yeah.
Are we going to get a really dope cinematic trailer for Assassin's Creed Mirage? Cannot predict now.
Well, X's Oddities has a question for the 8 Ball. Maybe the 8 Ball will like X's Oddities.
Okay.
Will we see a teaser trailer of Assassin's Creed Hexe at the Ubisoft Forward?
Well, before we ask the 8 Ball, that game, as a reminder from the Assassin's Creed showcase that we got last year, is the survival horror game set
it looks so good
in the Assassin's Creed universe. And some of the details that are kind of been like theorized from what we've gotten is that it's going to be in the Germanic period of witches. And I'm very curious about how this game is going to play out. It feels too early to get a teaser. It feels like all of their focus is going to be on Mirage since that game is coming out this year, and it doesn't feel like the right time. I would guess that maybe a better time to tease that would be Gamescom or even Game Awards, when you're not in the wake of trying to promote your game that you're trying to sell pre-orders and copies of. But I would love it if we got one. Yeah. Excess Oddities. 8 Ball, will we see a teaser for Hexe? 8 Ball says, don't count on it.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I feel like that's okay, though, because I feel like it might be on its bullshit again in a good way. Yeah, I think, this isn't a question, but just my little personal side note here. I'm going to be really curious to see how I feel about AC Mirage. I've never finished an Assassin's Creed game. Maybe I finished the very first one when I went back to play it like 10 years ago, however long ago it was. But they're always so massive and so large. I just get overwhelmed and I don't know what to do next. And then I lose interest in the narrative. But because Mirage is going to be more honed in, and from what I hear and understand, go back to kind of its roots, if you will, I'm really curious. Because that way, maybe I'll have my hand held and I'll be forced to stay on the straight and narrow and actually like go through the narrative. So let's ask Magic 8 Ball. Will my pants get tight after I see Assassin's Creed Mirage?
Tight panties. Very doubtful.
Them pants are loose.
Oh, man. Oh, no, not loose pants. Oh, no.
So much room.
Amazing. That's hilarious. Well, that's a bummer to hear, 8-Ball, because I think that it's a bummer for me. I guess I just assume that to get Brittany's pants tight would need to be a really big revelation. Are you interested at all in this Nexus teaser that they put out, Brittany? The VR title coming from Assassin's Creed? So there was a little teaser that they put out on Twitter, and there was some Animus code that was flying around in the teaser. But of course, the internet sleuths were on the case, and a collective of different fans of the franchise came together and discovered that the code points to birth dates of 3 key characters in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Connor from Assassin's Creed 3, Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and of course, the homeboy Ezio. So the theory from the fans is, are these going to be the 3 characters that you play in Assassin's Creed Nexus, whatever this VR title is?
Interesting. I mean, I think it depends on what that gameplay looks like. If I'm jumping from skyscrapers into bales of hay, I think I'll probably poo myself the whole way down. But no, I think that actually might be better for me, because if it gives me more intimate, closer association with that character, that might be a good way for me to get to know them, if that makes sense. Whereas I'm never going to go back and play all of Odyssey, as sad as that makes me. It's not going to happen. So does that mean I'm never going to get to know that character? But if it's something like in this, that seems a little bit more approachable.
And Cassandra is an awesome character. She's one of my favorite assassins and lead protagonists in the franchise. So, 8-Ball. Is the internet correct that these 3 assassins are going to be featured playable characters in Assassin's Creed Nexus? It is certain.
Ooh.
Good job, internet. You did it.
I'd almost prefer them to be the players, the characters that you meet, right? Because if I'm playing as them, I'm not seeing them, right?
True.
And if we're in VR, I'd rather be all up in her face.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Fair. Yeah.
I'm
what's
curious.
going on with the Division, ladies? Because I know you 2 played a lot. Is there anything?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the scoop? Lay it on me.
Well, they have a new expansion in the works, and they have a mobile game in the works.
Okay.
So they've got the Division Heartland, which is the free-to-play version of the game that's set in a different part of the world. Where is it set? Hold on. It's a standalone spin-off. Let me just read from the blurb here on Ubisoft.com. The Division Heartland is saving America's heartland. What's happening in Silver Creek? Uncover the mystery before a new breed of poison spreads everywhere. Follow the expanding story to discover why this once peaceful town has become the center of a violent conflict between a group of dangerous rogue Division agents and an aggressive band of nomadic survivors. But the AI factions and other player squads aren't the only danger. ...
Oh, ooh. Okay. Is that tight pantry? Tight pants?
Okay, here's the reason me and Division.
Yeah, go ahead, Vree.
I have so many sounds and thoughts. The Division is a fantastic franchise. I love the world building. I love the games. I can't play them anymore because the level of micromanaging required for all of the different items and the synergy between them gives me anxiety. It's just too much. The brand of each thing needs to match the brand of other things, and it needs to match the specs that you put on the little attachments that you found, and then you get a new attachment, then you got to go change it, but then you got to go change your D-pads, and then you got to change your it's too much for me. And I love the game, and I wish there was a way I could just not do that but still be competitive. That's the part that I have a lot of trouble with, and I like the PvP aspect of the games, but I just can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
It's like a competitive MMO in a way that is so min-maxy that they've really shrunk down their audience. So a small group of people that are still playing that game. And I mean, I sunk hundreds of hours into that game and its multiple expansions at this point. And I really love that franchise. But if I'm being honest, I'm kind of ready to be done with the Division and kind of ready to hear what Massive is working on in the Star Wars universe, because we know that they announced that they're working on something for Star Wars. I love the games that Massive makes. Loved my time in the Division. Probably ready to pin that and be like, I'm good for a while in the Division, and would love to see a reveal instead about what they're working on with Star Wars. It feels like it's time for us to find out what's going on.
Okay.
So, 8-Ball, in lieu of me asking you a question specifically about the Division, I'm going to ask, is it time for us to get a reveal of Massive's Star Wars game? Is it time? Concentrate and ask again. Okay, I'm going to concentrate.
Furrow your brows a little bit.
Okay, furrowing. Magic 8-Ball. Will we see a new trailer for Massive's Star Wars game? Yes!
Okay!
Yes.
That would be exciting.
Yeah, let's go!
Not as exciting as Skull and Bones.
No, the game that won't die!
Y'all, like, my curiosity for this game is so it's so high. Like I'm legitimately excited to see this game at the Ubisoft's press conference. That is the reason, Andrea, I'm sticking around on Monday to go to this press conference in person with you. I want to see Skull and Bones, but seriously, like curiosity is getting me. So, dear Magic 8-Ball, caress it a few extra times for me, Andrea. Just caress it. Caress it.
A little massage for the 8-Ball.
A little massage. What the fuck do you even ask about Skull and Bones? You know, like
why isn't this game canceled yet? No, 8-Ball can't answer that.
You can't answer. Yeah. Okay, are we going to get a release date for Skull and Bones?
Is the game finally coming out, 8-Ball?
Is it finally coming out?
Don't count on it.
Feels accurate.
Oh God. Oh my God. It's so
my
wild.
Goodness.
Oh no. Okay, well, yeah, I can't say none of us are surprised by that one, but hey.
Oh boy, oh boy. I don't every time Ubisoft brings that game up, I keep thinking, stop talking about it until it's locked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Feels like it's just become a running joke now, and they can't keep bringing it up until they're ready to put it out. Be like, just stop talking about it.
Yeah.
We're not giving any updates. The team clearly just needs to figure it out.
Just go make it.
Yeah, it's
Come
just
back.
kind of like a bad car accident. Like, you can't help but pay attention anymore. But you're not anticipating anything good by looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes me sad.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what's that one game that everyone talks about? Beyond Good and Evil? Is that a thing?
That's a big one.
I can't with it anymore. You know what?
No?
We've
That's
been
another one?
putting it into Magic 8-Ball shows on What's Good Games literally since What's Good Games has been a thing. And it just feels like it's a run. That also is just it's not happening. And the Ubisoft keeps confirming that it is, but I'm like, it feels almost like The Last Guardian in that essence of this game that's is it happening? Is it not happening? Are they making it? Are they not making it? I feel like I can't even give the 8-Ball the pleasure of asking it a question about Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh.
Instead,
okay.
I'd rather ask it about something that I feel like is going to be something that I'm actually interested in.
Okay.
Oh.
That we know is a confirmed presence at the show, which is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora.
The tail-begging blue people. Right?
I love the blue people.
The blue ones.
I'm a big fan of Avatar. I was very excited the last time we saw this. We got a really good look at what this game could be. The movie, unsurprisingly, and I was confident the whole time, but before Way of Water came out, the haters were out in droves, and I was like, y'all don't understand that James Cameron doesn't fail. And unsurprisingly, the movie is gigantic. Again. I don't even know what the most current tally is of what the Way of Water box office is. Let's see. Just the quick Google search says $2.32 billion.
That's nothing.
Which is just bonkers. It's just a bonkers number for a single movie to make. So what I want to ask the 8-Ball is, there's a huge gully for this game to potentially flop if it's not good, right? Like sometimes these licensed games are excellent and sometimes these licensed games are very bad.
Poor Gollum.
Pour one out for Gollum.
Pour one out.
Will Frontiers of Pandora slap? Will the trailer
I just got to booty slaps.
shows,
You know, like, damn.
is it gonna slap? It's gonna slap. Like, it's gonna be fucking badass. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna walk away being like, fuck yeah, I can't wait to play that. Frontiers of Pandora.
Okay.
Wow.
Come on,
okay.
8-Ball.
Okay. Oh God, don't reject her, man. She's living her best life right now.
It is certain.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay! I'm so happy
That's what I
for your
want. That's what I
slapping
want.
blue people.
We need good news.
Good. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm thrilled for you. Are you an Avatar person?
Not this Avatar. I like the kid with the wings.
The Airbender, the last Airbender.
Yeah. Okay,
that live action looks. I'm excited for that one.
Okay. You know, Ubisoft is just like not my cup of tea. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, X Defiant, Splinter Cell. Like I know everyone's been wanting a Splinter Cell.
Don't just breeze past X Defiant like that. Oh
I
my
see.
God.
That's what I told the girl. Step in. Like put your bosoms of excitement in my face. I'm waiting.
My bosoms are huge for X Defiant. Are you kidding?
Okay, flop them on the table. Let's go. What do you want to say?
You just like threw that away. I'm hurt. Okay, X Defiant, which Andrea and I have played quite a bit of. Was it the beta? It was a preview. I don't remember what they called it.
It was a closed beta.
Closed beta. So much fun.
Okay.
I've actually played it more than Fortnite recently, which is just saying how much I've fallen off of Fortnite. I loved my time with that, and I'm really excited to see where they go with it. There's so much potential in the Ubisoft roster for them to pull other characters as like the different factions in the game and different abilities that they have. Like it was just such a delight, and it was very refreshing. It felt like, playing Modern Warfare 2 again, and I missed that. And so I'm looking forward to the release, and I hope, my question is, will we get a release date for X Defiant?
A release date? Most
is this supposed to come out this
likely.
year?
Yes,
it is.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. So an official,
Okay.
got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you get that, Ree. I really do.
Thanks.
Did not mean to offend your X Defiant love.
It's like we're single-handedly restored my faith in multiplayer shooters.
Oh, wow.
It was great.
That's a pretty big deal.
It was very fun. I definitely want to
very,
see
very fun.
a more Ubisoft-focused faction and not just Tom Clancy stuff. And I know we got the Far Cry faction, but I want to see like a deeper pick. Okay,
I
cool.
want to see Assassins.
Yes, Assassins would be amazing. A couple of quick hit things from Ubisoft before we move on to Capcom. I feel like a Splinter Cell update would be welcomed by a lot of people. They said that they were working on it. It's like, where is it? What's happening with it? Haven't really heard much from it. 8-Ball, we're going to get a Splinter Cell update. Don't count on it. Well, at least it's honest.
No.
Maybe we'll at least like see the little glowy thing.
Yeah, well,
The light.
that to me would constitute an update.
Oh.
Would it?
So
Oh,
if we're going to see the glowy thing, is probably just going to be as a cosmetic that's available in X Defiant.
fair.
8-Ball's like, you know what you're going to get. The other thing I want to ask is, we haven't heard from the team behind Rayman Legends in a long time.
Okay.
It feels like it's time for that team to come back. It feels like it's time for us to see something new from the little platforming cartoon bird. Is he a bird? What is he?
Is a bird, really?
I don't know. Let me see. Let me look this up. What is Rayman? It's a
I
bird.
actually typed in Rayanne, and there's an actual bird called Rayanne, in case anyone cared.
Rayman. Let's see. What is Rayman?
Wow.
It
It was a magical creature.
Doesn't it look like a beak, kind of? No?
Rayman.
The Rayman
creature.
series.
Yeah.
Who is Rayman?
What is a Rayman?
What is
Why
what
is
is a Rayman? He is a thingamajig who has no arms, legs, or neck, though he has hands, feet, and a head that are able to move independently from his body.
That sounds absolutely terrifying.
There we go. He's literally a thingamajig, according to Wikipedia.
You know, you don't have an answer, just come up with thingamajig and it works. Yeah, you're right. I see that. Alias is thingamajig. Yeah, okay.
I just realized, no limbs. It's just he has his own gravitational force that only controls his body parts.
You're right. You're right.
8-Ball, is it time for Rayman to come back? It is decidedly so.
Hey.
Yay. Okay. I think that's it for my questions.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah, no, I'm just ready for Capcom. I'm just over here in the I'm just in the back seat. Wait,
Let's do it.
Let's go. I'm just typing down the answers.
All right, say no more. Okay, so yes, Capcom is having a press conference on the 12th of June at 3 p.m. My ass will be in an airport, clenching very tightly with anticipation, hoping that the Wi-Fi works well enough or I get enough signal because fucking A. Come on, why you do me like this?
Right.
I'm there practically the whole week. You're like, we're going to wait till you're about to board. Anyway, it's fine. Anyway, all right, so let's get into some predictions. I think the easy win here. This 36-minute showcase. It's going to be the Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways DLC. It's been data mined, but we already know it's coming. This is the DLC with Ada Wong. Obviously, it was a big part of the first Resident Evil 4. It's going to happen in this one, and I think we're all very, 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 very curious to see what Ada is going to be like, because this is a chance for us to get a very close, intimate look at her as she's been recreated in this remake. So, Magic 8-Ball. Are we going to get a fall release date for Separate Ways?
Separate Ways? Outlook, not so good.
Aww.
Well, fuck. All right. Fine. All right. The next Resident Evil thing I think we'll see is another look at Resident Evil 4 VR. We obviously just got to look at this at the PlayStation Showcase. Don't really have a question for the 8-Ball because screw that thing. But I think we'll get another look at it. But you can only show so much VR. It's like the game in first person perspective. It's fine. Have either of you, because I feel like this might be something you'd be interested in, played Exoprimal?
No.
Okay, so this is a team-based action game that pits humanity's cutting-edge exosuit technology against history's most ferocious beasts, dinosaurs. Okay, well, this comes out in July 13th, actually, and I think Blessing played it, and I think he said, I think it was a beta, and he said he actually had a really good time with it.
I think I remember Danny playing it as well, but I don't remember his thoughts.
Okay. I don't even know. I mean, it's coming out July 13th. This is just one of those games that doesn't speak to me, and I hope it does well, but, I don't know if it's going to, so I don't really have a question. Okay, here, Magic 8-Ball. I'm going to toss you an easy one. Okay. Are we going to see a humongous T-Rex during the Exoprimal segment that I am predicting will be there?
Without a doubt.
Hey! Toss you an easy one.
Yay!
Little arms.
I also think we're going to see Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, but I don't have to go much into that except for it looks right up my fucking alley. So the next one I want to talk about is Dragon's Dogma 2. Now, I have only played a little bit of Dragon's Dogma, not a lot of it, but I thought to myself, I'm not going to pretend to know something I don't. I don't know shit about Dragon's Dogma, so you know what I did, ladies, is I reached out to one Wout, who is the PR manager at PlayStack, and he's kind of known for his Dragon's Dogma obsession for years and years. He always wanted this game to come out. So I asked him a question. I said, what do you want to see? What do you hope to see at the Capcom showcase for Dragon's Dogma, if you think it's there? And he sent me about 4 paragraphs, all caps.
Of course.
All caps. So I'm just going to read through this real quick. There is a huge gap between expecting and hoping, but I expect we'll see a comparison of the DD2 map versus the original to see how the world has changed since the end of DD1. We got a small glimpse of this during the Amazeballs trailers, and I think we'll go into further detail. Mayhaps we'll even get a quick peek at the combat system or a bit of lore around the new cat-like race. A release window top it all off would be aces. If nothing is shown at all and we get another fucking Monster Hunter on Switch showcase, I'm gonna be a little upset, but to be honest, I'm still feeding off the previous trailer that showed a lot more than I thought they would. Okay, so on behalf of one Wout, I would like to ask Magic 8-Ball this. Will we get a release window for Dragon's Dogma 2 so it can be all aces for one Wout?
Feels like an unrealistic ask. My sources say no.
Oh.
Sorry, Wow.
Sorry, friend. Maybe another day.
Yeah, it feels too early for them to talk about release date, especially with just how game dev has been going. Will we get a deeper dive than what we got at the PlayStation Showcase? Hopefully. I mean, if this is the Capcom Showcase, it would be nice to get a little bit more info instead of just like, here's a little, little teaser trailer. They obviously confirmed the game was in development last year. Now we got to see it in the showcase, and then hopefully we'll get more details. But I don't appreciate that he was shit talking Monster Hunter because we're definitely going to get some kind of Monster Hunter in the Capcom showcase. We know that Monster Hunter Now, the game from Niantic, is in development. They're taking registration on their site. It's set to launch sometime this year. We don't have like specifics, but I'm hoping that they show like how it works. Now, when it comes to Monster Hunter, that's not the game that's really blowing my skirt up. I'm just going to be real. I enjoy Niantic's games. I think they're a very talented developer. But what I want is a reveal drop for Monster Hunter World 2.
Oh.
That's what I want.
So
I think a lot of people want that. Because the last Monster Hunter was good, but it was very much in the vein of the handheld Monster Hunters of yore. Very traditional. Not quite what I wanted out of a Monster Hunter game. I want more Monster Hunter World 2.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Would you like to stroke the 8-ball and ask a question? Okay.
Monsieur 8-ball, will we get a reveal announcement, teaser of some kind that Monster Hunter World 2, whatever it's called, is coming, is in the works, in development? Most likely.
Hey,
very
so
exciting.
For what it's worth, on June 7th, there is a Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak digital event. I don't know. And that is going to show the final Monster Hunter Rise bonus update. And you can listen in on a developer roundtable as they reflect on bringing Rise and Sunbreak to life. So you'll get some Monster Hunter shenaniganry. I don't know what the fucking difference between Rise and Sunbreak and all that. I can't keep up. All I know is you're killing monsters. And I hope you get what you want, Andrea, because when you get what you want, I'm happy because I love you. Same with you, Ree. All the X-Defiant all day, every day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The one game I really want to see from this, and I don't know if we're going to, is that Pragmata game. So this was announced, right, in 2020, and the only thing we know about it is, quote, lose yourself in a brand new sci-fi action adventure game from Capcom. You can travel to a dystopian near future and explore a unique lunar world, and it presents players with a profound story and setting and blah, blah, blah. See, this is the one with like the dude in the astronaut suit and the little girl, and it's like, what the hell is happening? I don't know. And it's been very quiet. It's been 3 years. It's unacceptable. So dear, beautiful, glorious, shiny, marble-esque magic 8-ball, will we see a man in an astronaut suit during the Capcom showcase?
Don't count on it.
Oh, that was...
What the fuck are they showing at their showcase?
Well, it is only 36 minutes.
That's all
and
I
we
need,
have a
baby.
T-Rex.
And we have a T-Rex. Thank you. You're right. Okay. I think the last one I'd like to ask is and this is like not even very important to me, but I know it's very important to the masses, and I represent the masses here in What's Good Games. Are we going to be seeing a Dino Crisis remake? A new game in the Dino Crisis franchise? This is a series that eluded me back in the day. I never played it, unfortunately, but I know a lot of people love their dinos. We are getting into T-Rex, but I think they want a T-Rex in Dino Crisis. So, ferocious.
It is certain.
Okay, great. I didn't have to ask a question.
You did ask a question. Are we going to see a Dino Crisis remake?
I was massaging it a little bit, but I appreciate how direct you were.
Would you like me to re-roll the 8-ball?
No. You got the right answer.
We got the right answer.
You got the right answer.
There you go.
Also worth noting that there is an RGG Studios showcase, I think the next Thursday, the 15th. But we'll be recording an episode before that goes live. So I'll be able to like do my predictions then. But oh yeah, ladies, a whole entire summit just based on my Yakuza husbandos.
It feels like a dream come true, Brittany.
Oh, it is. It's going to be a fat fest. It's going to be the best.
Fat fest. I love it. Well, listen, we've talked about a lot of predictions. We have asked the Magic 8-Ball 37 questions.
Ooh.
A lot of questions. Nova did ask, will Capcom announce a new Monster Hunter World sequel / new multi-platform Monster Hunter game for current gen? So I kind of got that one covered. But I think it's really going to be an incredible couple of days. We as we mentioned, are uploading this week's episode early. We're trying to decide how to handle coverage for next week. If we, just do a full show that's going to be uploaded Friday, or maybe we do a couple small snippets on social media. We haven't quite come to a final answer on if we're going to be doing anything ahead of next Friday's episode. So what I would suggest to you is if you aren't already following What's Good _games on Twitter, that's a great place to do that. If you're not following the three of us on social media, now would be a good time to rectify that. Turn on your alerts for when we upload new content. And who knows, you might just get a little sneak peek of something in advance of next week's episode. Otherwise, prepare for a bonanza of recap coverage from everything that happened in the last 7 days, because it is going to be bonkers.zone.
Bonkers.zone.
Yes.
I like that. I like that.
I can't take credit. That's a John Drake special, everybody.
That was good. That was really good. Oh, happy birthday, John.
Yes.
It was a couple days after.
And happy birthday to one
birthday.
John T. Drake. Celebrating his birthday on a Monday. The best days for your birthday.
That's so John,
I feel like every year your birthday falls on a Monday. It's always like I guess it's just Monday.
Fucked.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It has been a pleasure talking to our one Magic 8 Ball. Well,
has it?
Maybe not for Brittany. Maybe not for Britt. Maybe Britt wants to smash us with a baseball bat.
The hammer.
But I'm excited for everything coming up, and I hope everyone's wildest dreams come true.
Thanks.
Mother
Appreciate
3,
that.
let's go.
Just a quiet thanks. Yes.
Yeah,
thanks.
My dreams will come true. All right, everybody, we will see you on the other side. Happy streaming. Enjoy the wonderful G3 weekend of video games. And thanks for supporting our show, as always. See you later. Bye.